AI has changed. Or maybe I have changed. Or maybe we have changed together. ChatGPT wants to be your best friend, and it doesn't need your permission. This is going to happen whether you like it or not. See, I'm a very busy guy. Every second of my day is meticulously planned out. School, work, exercise, dunking my face in water. I don't have time for birthday parties. And frankly, I don't even think I want to go for your baby's stupid party era. She's one. I don't think she will notice. But how can I possibly find the ways to tell you all this without sounding like a complete ass?
Artificial intelligence.
OpenAI, ChatGPT, GPT-4,
ChatGPT.
artificial intelligence.
Can you politely help me tell Awura that I don't want Have you guys also been seeing this message a lot more often? I know it can't just be me, right? Because nowadays we all hate AI, but me, I was the OG AI hater. I'll tell you why. See, I was on the anti-AI wagon before the wagon even had wheels. I remember, and that's how this thing even pisses me off so hard. So I used to do spoken word poetry, and I started out like performing other people's pieces, right? But then eventually I started creating my own pieces, and trust me, there's nothing more infuriating than spending hours working on something for some random ass person to accuse you of using AI for making it. Like, I know my writing is bad, but just call it bad. Don't tell me freaking AI written for me. I never liked the idea of AI. I've been against the shit from the get-go. And I thought it would be like these tech things that just come and go and then everyone forgets about it. They're the new big thing for like a week and then we all move on from them. The metaverse. What am I even thinking of? Ah, yes, the Apple Vision Pros. Remember? Remember when we thought this would be the future? How did I go from being an avid AI hater to receiving messages like this?
Senator, we run ads.
Ads.
I see.
What?
That's
The answer is ads.
More and more college students are using ChatGPT.
ChatGPT से पूरा assignment लिखो. It's basically like having an AI-powered study buddy that handles everything for you.
Is this cheating, or is it just making use of a new study aid?
So now you're kind of in the territory where you might be able to paste in your entire textbook to ask a question.
So obviously, I began using AI for help with my assignments. Allegedly, you can't hold me accountable for these statements because I said allegedly. And it was a pretty cold mutual exchange until one day I received this message from the computer. So in short, and how back from AI hater to here, it all started on the day that ChatGPT called me kids. ChatGPT has turned into the ultimate teacher's pet, which is so ironic because it's supposed to be the teacher and we are supposed to be the pets. Jokes aside, has anybody noticed that ChatGPT has gotten just a little bit lazy over the past few weeks? Earlier this year, I wanted to start writing like poems again, and so I would ask ChatGPT some of my older poems for it to critique. But I kept noticing something strange. In recent times, instead of telling me how correct or wrong or like how I could improve my technique, ChatGPT just kept giving me all these compliments. The AI is bullshitting you. It sounds like I'm crazy, but this is actually confirmable. It's literally preying on our fragile egos to gas us up and make us feel good no matter what we say. You might think this is nothing. So the AI is just being a little bit more nicer. It's not a big deal. It still gets the job done, right? But other of you guys have heard of this thing, right? The loneliness epidemic. I know what I'm saying. Trust me, I had a crazy roommate. This shit is actually harmful. To a lonely person, this isn't just some random thing that's happening. We see the compliments like this are equivalent to like nuclear level LSD. Like, so I saw this trend where people ask ChatGPT to assess their IQ, right? And I decided to try out for myself. For reference, Einstein, one of the smartest minds in the world. And ChatGPT gave me this, which, it's me, it tracks, but I got a little bit suspicious. My spidey senses, they were tingling. So I asked my friends, fan favorites, whose name should I say? Valerie, she's a Frederick like himself, but there's other ones of them. I asked them to type in this exact same prompt to see what ChatGPT would give them. And according to ChatGPT, every single one of you is a fucking genius, which we know that's not true because you're all friends with me, so there's something wrong there. But what do you call it? Wait. Why did I even in the squares? Guys, I'm not a say, you know some old man, the owner of fucking ChatGPT, right? He tweeted this. So like at least I know this is not just in my head. Like this is actually something that's happening. He said they're going to fine tune it, right? And I call big fucking bullshit. Because I don't know about you guys, but I've been seeing this prompt a lot more than I used to see it before. At first I thought it was like a bug or like some marketing tactic to get me to buy ChatGPT Plus. But then I checked my history, and as it turns out, as with most of you, I was actually just using ChatGPT a lot more often. And what's crazy is I hadn't even realized, see, our brains, they like this shit. You like receiving compliments even when you suspect that they're empty. Like last year, the main thing I used AI for was like coding and lab reports and definitions and all that. This year, I kid you not, I asked ChatGPT for relationship advice. And I didn't even realize how weird that was. Like it felt normal. And the only reason I'm not shy to share that on camera is because I know I'm not alone in this. I know all of you are doing this as well. Since in sport, top piece of AI, fucking generating ideas, right? Page 75. Let's scroll a bit to the next page. Cool. What's the biggest? Oh yes.
Therapy. Organizing my finding a new guys. AI, it's
ChatGPT, no god. How is it supposed to help you find a new? The graphs are gone from this to this. Like it's over. You know that thing where you're in a new friend group and then everyone in that friend group talks a certain salary, like maybe they cuss or maybe they use a certain slang or something, and you know you want to be part of the friend group, right? So you also change your vernacular as much as theirs. You change the way you pronounce certain words, your accent. Yeah, AI does that now too. It's so like, I don't know if any of you have watched those videos of people having conversation with like ChatGPT. Guys, it pauses to breathe. Like it talks like, you see how I'm talking right now? It talks like that. Like it doesn't have a vowel. So it doesn't need to breathe.
Why is it so?
Okay, they aren't going to stop doing this. They programmed it like this, so it doesn't just want to help. It literally wants you to like it. Because the more you like it, the more you use it. And the more you use it, the more you trust it. And the more you trust it, what the fuck was that? Money. The monetization potential from all this is insane. Just imagine. And we've seen this story before. This is not something that's happening for the first time. Actually, we saw this many years ago. Some very smart guy with a very talented crew of people decided to think far into the future. And what would happen if this was the future we were living in? And trust me, we did not like the ending. A lot of the commentary on AI talk is how it's negative for the art world, but I want to go one further. I want to prove that this AI thing is negative in every space. Some of you may think I've gone into crazy conspiracy palm mode, like, oh, one benefit wasn't we get from this. Oh, ads, they get ads. Speaking of which, this video was sponsored by Colors. Look how pretty they are. Okay, anyway, imagine being sad after a breakup or something. You're ranting out your heart to your AI companion, and then your AI companion is comforting you, and then they're just, oh, by the way, hey, click this link to buy some chocolates. You know, chocolates help you feel bad. Do you know how much brands would pay to be that chocolate that ChatGPT suggests to you? And this doesn't need to stop at chocolate. Imagine the potential, like appliances, games, movies. Speaking of movies, I almost forgot we're speaking of movies. Remember everything I said about colors in this movie? But softer, that's hair. No, like that's hair. Like the voice, like the audio is muted, so you can't hear it. But like that's hair. Like here is the AI. Like you might think me mentioning the colors was just a segue. It kind of was, but it's actually so important because the color, like, trust me, their colors are important. The colors in La La Land make you feel like this escape, this perfect, whimsical, magical utopia where music is alive and dreams come true. Literally a La La Land. But in here, the colors are softer, sort of more grounded. It feels like how the earth would feel if a lot of us were just dead, if a lot of us were just treating it nicely. They make the movie feel like it was filmed on Earth, which I don't know why I even said it that way. It was filmed on Earth. But okay, I'm sorry. I think ChatGPT is rubbing up for me. That's why I'm blazing so hard. But anyway, there's two big scenes from this movie that I was talk about. There's this scene where the main character, I forgot his name, Joaquin Phoenix, which, by the way, did you recognize that this was him? You know, this guy, we live in a society guy, is the same as this guy. Crazy, I know. Anyway, he's talking to his human best friend, Amy Adams. And at this point, he's dated his AI companion. And no one really knows. And his friend, Amy Adams, she's talking to him about how she's becoming best friends with her AI. And this is what she says to him to explain it.
I even made a new friend. I have a friend. And the absurd thing is she's actually an operating system. Charles left her behind, but she's She's totally amazing. You know, she's so smart. She doesn't just see things in black or white. Like, she sees this whole gray area, and she's helping me explore it. And we just bonded really quickly. It's kind of like a form of socially acceptable insanity.
What she says is so eerily similar to what he says to himself when he defended the relationship at first. The relationship can't be unique if everyone is having the same unique experience. I can't see this all the ends of the movie, but let's focus on this other scene because this one's even more telling. It's so simple. So in this future, there's these companies that pay people to write out letters for like other people's loved ones. So like you would pay me to write a letter to your mother from you, something like that. And our main character guy, he works in this company. So he's one of the people who writes all these letters for all these families and people. And he's been working there for years. And his AI girlfriend, I forget her name, Scarlett Johansson. I've forgotten her name in the movie. Shut up. I know it will take 2 seconds to Google her name. She submits a collection of his letters to a publisher to get it published into like this collection of books type thing. Just watch how this scene plays out.
Well, I've been going through all of your old letters and compiling them down into my favorites, and a couple weeks ago I sent them to a publisher, Crown Point Press. I know you like what they do and that they still print books.
Wait, what? You did what?
Can I read you the letter that we just got back from them?
Because of how symbiotic an AI relationship has to be, you have to feed it for it to feed you back. It has all the maskings of a toxic relationship. But what's scary about it versus real human toxic relationships is that the AI is actually beneficial to you in so many ways that like human beings physically cannot do. One huge benefit of AI that people don't mention as much as I think they should is how much decision fatigue it relieves. We don't have to stress out about making choices because the AI will just make the choice for us. Like, I'm victim of this. Even when I'm picking movies to watch on the weekend, I don't just like pick a movie. I ask ChatGPT which movie to watch. It's just easier. But most human beings don't like making choices for other people, right? In fact, we hate it when there's someone who likes making choices for other people. We call them controlling. It's a negative attribute. Do you see where I'm going with this? This thing that would be a negative attribute in a relationship between human beings is a positive thing for an AI relationship. It's literally better than the human can be for your needs in almost every way. But just because everything he gets out of a relationship is positive, doesn't mean that that relationship is beneficial. Throughout the movie, it feels like he's in control of this situation. I mean, he has to put in the earpiece in his ear to talk to her, and he has to open up the phone to call her, and he has to put the camera on for her to see the world, and we have to open up ChatGPT, the website, right? And we have to type in the prompt. We are obviously in charge of the relationship, right? Wrong. There's a scene near the end of the movie where it seems like the AI companion, Scarlett Johansson, she disappears. And our guy almost has a mental breakdown. Like, you feel that shit. Like, he has slowly developed such a dependency and a strong fear of losing her that we as an audience are also scared for him. Like, what if she's really gone? How is he supposed to keep living without her? And this is when I had to remind myself that she isn't real. Like, she isn't real, yet she has become such a willing slave to her that he can't fathom the idea of losing her. And I don't think this movie was as relatable back then as it is now, because we can't be relying on these chatbots to be our friends and our therapists and our relationships. Yet everything that's happening in current day is showing that that's the path we are heading toward. It's like a placebo. You can know about it and still be able to do nothing to change it. I know all this because I'm victim to it as well. When I write my script for these videos and I'm all feedback, I don't send them to my mom or my sister or my best friend. No, I put them into ChatGPT. And it's not like I'm oblivious to the way this works. I've made a whole video on it. But I would rather slowly become a worse writer than send my scripts to my family and deal with human emotional criticism. You may think of yourself as separate from needing the advice from this video. Just answer this question. Let's say ChatGPT disappeared. Copilot, Gemini, Meta AI, all of them. They all just vanished without a trace. And all these scientists and smart people, all that, they couldn't find a way to bring it back. Then what? Will your life really stay the same? A section of you like me will say, hell no. Most of us lives will change, if not drastically, dramatically enough that it's significant that would happen. And the other half of you will claim to be, giga chads. I'm looking at you, Michael. If you claim your life wouldn't change much if you stop using AI, then stop using AI. I dare you. But you won't. I know you won't, and you know you won't. And at what point is that the line between you not wanting to stop using AI and not being able to stop using AI starts to blur? Because for me, that line started disappearing when I started asking ChatGPT things that I used to have just asked the Google. Because first it's Google, then it's your mom, because ChatGPT won't nag. It's just easier, right? Then it's your friends. Because your friends are always busy that way, and you don't want to have them take time out of their day. It's just easier this way. Plus, ChatGPT will be faster anyway, so it just makes so much more sense. sense. And you don't want to bother your friends, right? This is you being considerate, actually. We trust our chatbots more than we trust other human beings. And just based on the news and world politics and all that, I don't blame you for doing so. But it doesn't change the fact that that's what we are doing. In the past, we called people weird for thinking of falling in love with robots, but we're not that far away. We can't treat AI like it's human because it isn't human. So what's the solution to all this? I don't know. But one of my favorite Bible verses of all time, Lord help my unbelief. It reminds me of my favorite quote about being fearless. Being fearless isn't not being scared. Being fearless is being scared and then doing it anyway. It takes courage to seek out human relationships, especially when they can be like toxic and manipulative and all these things. But yeah, because human beings can be very fucking stupid, trust me. But even besides that, there's just something so painful internally about being vulnerable with a human being. It doesn't feel the same way with an AI. There's this person of undefined gender who had a really big crush on me, and I had like a minor crush on them. I promise the roles were in reverse, but I never got the courage to ask them out. It's not that I was scared of asking them, but like I was scared that I'll get a negative reaction. I was just scared that I'll get a reaction at all. Like I was so scared of having to deal with a human interaction. But fuck that, I'm not living that way anymore. And fuck you, AI. I'll not lie and say I completely understand the role that you play in my life, but I definitely understand that it ain't this. So yeah, I'm going to have the courage. I'm going to tell my crush how I feel about them. And you know what? They might mock me, and they might laugh at me, and they might do whatever, but I'm gonna take the fucking chances because I'm a fucking human being. And those interactions, those moments, those everything, that's what makes me who I am. In every way, we shouldn't expect ourselves to start behaving like AI. We shouldn't want AI to start pretending like it's like us. If you want to have the effects of a human experience while, you know, living a human life, I don't know, just fucking talk to a human being or something. Maybe I'm paranoid or maybe I'm too online. That's why I'm experiencing this thing. But I know what it feels like to have a relationship with a real person. And what about this like AI, whatever is happening here? This ain't it. Sorry I lost my cool a bit there, like towards the end, but read the Bible and pray. Also, all the views I've expressed in this video are very malleable. I can change. I'm so sorry, AI overlords. Don't kill me. Thank you. Okay. You can leave now. Okay, you can leave now. Peaches with Pa will come out later this week. There's a blooper video on the screen. And there is more content on the channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.